Most people think choosing a neighborhood in Denver comes down to price, home style, or what looks good online. It doesn't. You don't experience a neighborhood on paper. You're going to experience it in your routine. And most buyers, they don't realize that they choose the wrong area until after they've done and moved in. Not because the house is wrong, but it doesn't match exactly how they live. If you're moving here, this is the decision that determines whether your day feels easy or constantly a little harder than it should. Not the kitchen, not the finishes, your routine. Let me ask you something. What do you want your week to feel like? Not your weekends, your actual week. Most people start by searching for homes. More bedrooms, more space, better layout. That feels logical. But a larger home doesn't fix a location that doesn't fit your day. You can definitely have the right layout, but if your mornings feel rushed, your drive takes longer than expected, and your routine feels stretched, that is what you live with every day. So let's slow this down and walk through how this actually plays out. Imagine two buyers moving to Denver with the same budget, same price point, two different neighborhoods. In the first situation, you're in a more connected area. Your Monday morning starts and you don't have to think too much about anything, even timing. You leave your house, your time is manageable, and if you need to stop somewhere on the way home, you just do it. You don't plan your route, you just move through your day. By the time you get home into the evening, you still have flexibility. If you want to go out or run an errand, it doesn't feel like a decision. It just happens. Now take that same person and put them in a different type of neighborhood. You wake up Monday morning and now timing matters. You're thinking about when to leave. The traffic is going to affect your decisions. You need to stop somewhere, so you have to plan it. And if you forget something, it's definitely not a quick fix. It's another trip. By the time you get home, your evening, it feels much tighter. You have less flexibility, not because anything is wrong, but because everything takes a little bit more effort. That difference doesn't feel dramatic on day one, but trust me, it builds fast. Let's walk that forward. In those first 30 days, both situations are going to feel fine. In that more connected area, your days feel easy. They're efficient. In the more spread out area, the space and quiet, well, they feel like more of an upgrade. At this stage, both decisions are feeling right. Around that 60-day in, things start to shift. In that connected area, you'll stop thinking about your location altogether. The routine, it just works. In that more spread out area, you start planning more. You group errands together. You think about your daily schedule differently, and your day definitely requires way more structure. By 90 days, this is your new normal. You're no longer comparing options, you're living with the outcome, and that's when the difference becomes clear. Same price, same type of home, completely different type of experience. That's what choosing a neighborhood actually controls. Now let's break down why that happens. That first layer is going to be daily flow. This is the part most buyers underestimate. A 15 to 20 minute drive doesn't sound like much until it becomes part of your routine. 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year, and that's over 100 hours of your time. But it isn't just time. It's how your day now feels. It's whether you have flexibility or everything needs to be planned. In more connected areas, your day tends to feel tighter and more efficient. You can adjust your plans and move through your entire day without thinking too much about logistics. In more spread out areas, your day definitely becomes more intentional. You're planning your stop, you group all of your activities, and it forces you to think ahead more often. Neither's going to be better, but they feel very different over time. That second layer is going to be how the environment now functions. Parks, trails, and community areas create more visibility and activity. You're going to see people out. There's definitely movement going on around you. Your routine is going to feel more connected to what's happening nearby. Other neighborhoods are going to be more quiet and more private. The homes are going to be more spread out. There's less built-in activity, and your routine is going to become more self-contained. You're definitely going to be in your own space more, and the day definitely will feel more separated from what's around you. Again, neither is right or wrong, but they're going to create different experiences for you. And most people, they don't actually understand which one they actually prefer until they're actually living in it. Now let's talk about the access. This is where a lot of the day-to-day impact comes from. It's not just your distance, it's how easily you can move through your day. Access to major roads, the proximities to where you work, how close everyday services are. These don't stand out during a showing, but they show up immediately after you move in. Think about what happens when your schedule changes. You're running late, you need to make a quick stop, the plans are shifting, and in some of those areas, that's going to be easy to handle. In others, it's definitely going to add time and effort. That's where people start to feel the difference. Let's bring it back to the two buyers. The one in the more spread out area starts to notice that every trip feels like they have to think about it more and have put more thought into it. Those grocery runs, they're not 5 minutes, they take a little longer. Getting into Denver takes more time than expected, and every one of those small inconveniences, they start stacking up. The one in that more connected area notices that, well, things just work. Less time driving, planning, and definitely more flexibility. Same budget, but totally different lives. Now, here's where people really get pulled in the wrong direction. The house itself You walk into the home and it feels right. The layout works, the finishes look good, it checks all the boxes. That feeling is real, but it's immediate. What lasts is your routine. How easy is it to get where you need to go? How your time is spent, how your day feels over and over again. This is where that biggest mistake is really gonna happen. Choosing the home before fully understanding the neighborhood. And once you move in, you'll start adjusting your life to fit the location. Instead of choosing a location that supports your life, that's where things start to feel off. So here's how you avoid that. Test out the neighborhood like you already live here. Drive it at all times you would actually be in the neighborhood. Run your errands the way you normally would. Go to those places that you would realistically go during the week. Do it on the weekday, do it on a weekend, even at night. Pay attention to how it feels, not just how long it takes. Does it feel easy or does it feel like effort? That is the difference. Now, ask yourself a simple question. Do you want your day to feel efficient or more structured and intentional? That answer will point you in a very specific direction. Now, connect it to your budget. At that same price point, you're not just choosing a home, you're choosing what your money prioritizes. If you choose a more connected area, you're prioritizing time and efficiency. If you're gonna choose the more spread out area, you're prioritizing space and separation. Same number, just different outcomes. Now, zoom out for a second. This decision isn't just about your first few months. Your routine changes, your priorities shift, and your life evolves. So, you want to choose something that still works over time. If your life depends on access and accessibility, being closer tends to hold up better. Priorities are going to be space and separation. Outer areas tend to make more sense long-term, but only if that matches how you actually live. That's why most people get it wrong. They choose based on what sounds good or looks good, not what's fitting their day. So before you choose a neighborhood, slow down. Don't just look at the home, look at your life inside that location, because that is what you're actually buying. In the next videos, I'll break down specific areas across Denver and the South Metro, how they function day to day, and how to know if they're a good fit for you. If you want to make a decision that actually holds up, even after you move, then stay here and I'll go deeper. This is the part where most people get it right or they feel it later.